How's it going, folks? So today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the new album from Civil War. The name of this album is Invaders, and y'all know it. Before I get into that nitty gritty, let's check out the cover. So boom, there it is. Take a look at that. I dig it. I dig it big time. It just looks so cool. So cool. I mean, you got this like roaring sea, almost like stormy sea, the waves crashing against the rock, and on top of that rock, you have like this lone warrior standing, holding this, like battle torn looking flag. And then out in sea, you have the ships of like the invaders coming in, and the clouds are all gray and swirling and just epic. It just looks awesome. You'd be looking through the CD shop, you see that, and you'd be like, oh, the band's called Civil War, and the name of the song's Invaders, and you see this scene, you'd be like, yes, please. So aesthetically, I dig it. It just looks awesome. It would make a great like painting, up on the wall. It just looks so cool. And then as far as conveying what you're gonna get, oh yeah, oh yeah. You pick this up thinking you're gonna get some metal, some melodic metal, some power metal type of stuff, and you wouldn't be wrong. I think this conveys very well what the album contains. So just on both fronts, gets an A+ from me. And like I said, I just love this cover. It just looks so cool, and it gets you excited almost. Like I've listened to the album multiple times, and I see the cover, and I get excited again. Like, oh man, I want to listen to that. It looks tight. So great, love it. Anywho, let's get into the album itself now. This bad boy's got 11 songs on there. Comes in at about 51 minutes. And I mean, it uses every single minute of that 51 perfectly. There is no filler here, folks. No filler. Everything just it flows beautifully from one song to the next, and it just feels like this story, across all the songs, and it just it just feels perfect. The length of the album and the content contained within. Like I said, there's no filler. There's no just extra time thrown in. Like, oh, let's pad it out with a couple extra random songs. No, everything is here, and it's here for a reason. So really great on that front. And what you're gonna get if you haven't listened to any of the singles or whatnot. I mean, what you're gonna get here is really some driving power metal. I mean, this album, it puts the power in power metal. It is just so powerful. The riffs are just blistering, and the tempo tends to be really, pretty quick, and it just hits you hard. Like I said, it's just a very, very driving record. Again, the guitars, great speedy riffs, some great solos in there. That just it really moves the songs. I feel like it's really the foundation of the songs, in my opinion. Just the guitars. It's just that initial layer that just drives everything, and just phenomenal. Heavy guitar work here. And again, it just hits you really, really hard. The keyboard work is phenomenal. It really adds, this extra flavor around, adds this scope at times, and just really adds it just adds the picture, I guess you could say, just the frame, or whatnot. It just really, really well done, and just fantastic keyboard work here that just goes with the guitar just so well, and again just helps paint this picture and this grandness, at times, and adds to the epic quality of these songs. And the drum work is speedy and quick, and really, really tight, and the bass and everything just works together so well that just right from the beginning, this thing gets moving, and you're just on for the ride. It just rips, and it's just great because it fits the theme very, very well. And the vocals also just incredibly powerful vocal work here. And I really loved, to be honest, the former vocalist for this band. But the new fella has really come in and just hit the ground running and just hit you with such a power, and drive, but also, emotion. You feel this emotion in his voice and in the way he's delivering the lyrics, and it's just really, really great. And one thing I really like too is, yes, of course his voice is different from the former vocalist, but there's a sense of familiarity in there. There's I feel like his vocals retain the spirit of the former vocalist and the former sound. So that was really nice. There's something familiar there, but something new as well. And so I just thought it was a really, really awesome dynamic. The way he was able to capture that and just, again, just hits the vocals and the lyrics and the notes and everything with such passion, but with such emotion, but just power. I mean, these are some power vocals here. Absolutely fantastic. His range is just off the charts. And this just creates this sound that is very battle ready, but is very driven, very powerful. But also, there's a lot of emotion within it, which is really, really cool. And I think a large part of that has to do with the lyrics. I really, really commend them for the lyrics on this album. They're very well done, very well put together. It flows very well, and it evokes in you something. As the listener, as you hear these lyrics, when it's talking about battles or when it's talking about holding out, or just uh, what they're describing. The events, and it just the lyrics are just done so well that you really get into them, you really feel them, and that helps the music as well, because the whole package together, just there's a lot of feeling there, but a lot of power as well. So just absolutely incredibly well done with the sound that they've created. Again, you're getting some power metal that is just heavy guitar work, very driven, very powerful. You're not getting like the big grand fantasy opus type of stuff. It's very grounded, but you do get that epic scale, but in a different way, and it's just really cool. It's very focused, and it just again, driven is the best word I can really come up with, and very melodic. Very, very, you get incredible melodic vocal melodies, especially that you can really just latch on to it and get on board with. So just everything feels so tight and just put together. It just everything fits very, very well. The mixing and the sound, the production, and everything is just immaculate. It just sounds phenomenal. So really, really great. It starts out with Oblivion that really gets things going. Dead Man's Glory. This is one of my favorite songs. Just I love the way that the vocal lines are delivered. That the way that the vocalist really, uh, again, just delivers the lines, and especially in the chorus. And he emphasizes certain words and lingers on certain words that really resonates with you, lingers with you, sticks with you. Really great. Invaders was one of the singles that just awesome, of course. Heart of Darkness, uh, fitting with the name of the song, and has a dark kind of quality to it, and like a very rhythmic quality. I love that song. I mean, I could go through every song and just say, "Oh man, I love that song. Oh, I love that song." And most of them all are quite blisteringly, paced. There are some that slow things down just a little bit, but you never really get anything that's like a ballad per se. Everything moves pretty quick, and everything again. It just the scenes, these battles, the story that they're telling, it just all just falls together beautifully. Um, and it just moves all the way through. I'm not going to go through every song here, folks, because again, I would just be getting redundant here. I love so many songs on here. I added so many to playlists, and they all just have their own personality, their own feeling, and it's just something else. And then it all culminates in the final track, track 11, Custer's Last Stand. Oh, what an incredible song. I got chills. Actually, every single time I listen to this album through and then Custer's Last Stand comes on, it just caps off the album so well, and with an emotion and a feeling. And every single time this song comes on, when I've listened to the whole album, I get chills. It's just so powerful, so powerful, and it just so incredibly well performed. It just is awesome. Such a great song to end this album on, and it makes you to want to go back through. And every song stands alone on its own right. I know I say this for various albums, but it's true. Every song here stands alone very well, but it's best listened to as a whole, as the whole album. You just get the whole picture, you get the whole moods and feelings, and it really is best, to listen to the whole package. So absolutely phenomenal album. I have no gripe. There's no little nitpicking or anything like that. I just love this thing from start to finish. Just they have outdone themselves with this album, Invaders. I'm telling you, this may be the best album of their whole career, in my humble opinion. It is just truly flawless, fantastic, heavy, driven power metal, and I can't get enough of it. It's just awesome. It's awesome. But yeah, you know how I like to tell y'all, if you're going to give this album just one chance and you want me to give you one song that best um, gives the impression of the feeling and the sounds of the whole album, honestly, I would just go with one of the songs they released as a single. I would go with Invaders. I really think this gave us a good impression when we all heard it for the first time of what to expect, and the whole album really delivers on that sound and on that feeling and on that quality. So if you just want to listen to one song to decide if this album is going to be for you, check out Invaders. They released it as a single, and I think you're going to be on board. And like I said, just listen to this whole album. It truly is a remarkable piece of power metal music here. I think honestly this album is going to go on to become a classic in the power metal community. It really is just something. I think it's going to take the band to the next level, or to another level. It's that good. Anywho, that's my thoughts on this album here. I dug it big time, as you can gather based on what I had to say. Let me know in the comments below if you listened to this album, and what are your thoughts. Or let me know if you haven't listened to it yet, if you plan on listening to it, or what have you. Let's talk about it down in the comments below. And as always, thank you all so much for your support and for tuning in here. Go listen to this thing. I ain't kidding. So that's Civil War with their new album, Invaders. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Just great stuff here. So that's what I got for you. I'll catch y'all next time. Ranger, out.